Welcome to Inner Light. My name is Angela, and in this video I would like to talk about two different ways that we can react to the same event. And I'm going to use the pandemic with coronavirus that we are experiencing right now. And there are two ways that we can react to it. We can react to it in fear. We can react to it with despair. We can react to it with hopelessness. Or we can choose to see this as an important purification with the potential to allow a portion of humanity to take a leap in consciousness and experience some measure of spiritual awakening. The choice is ours. Let's talk about that. Stay tuned. Most of you are aware that we as humanity are entering a new age or a new era known as the Age of Aquariums. The old age or the old era was an age and an era that was dominated by fear, by ignorance, and by greed. This new movement that we are experiencing right now is going to lead humanity into a state that will be dominated by peace, by love, by wisdom, by benevolence, by compassion. Now there is a teacher from Japan known as Meisho-sama, very good teacher, very good master, and in one of his teachings it's known as the birth of a new civilization. And he says that before this birth of this new civilization can take place, a purification, a worldwide purification will take place that will precede the birth of the new civilization. Now a purification can take form of loss, can take form of chaos, can take form of turbulences, just like what we are experiencing right now. So indeed this is the purification that was talked about in his teachings. Now he said that this purification would allow a portion of humanity, 1%, will experience some measure of a spiritual awakening. And that event is going to be so powerful that will transform the whole of civilization. In other words, we don't have to be concerned about transforming the whole of civilization. We just have to be thoughtful about that 1%. Imagine 1% connected to the source, 1% being guided by the source, 1% being used as a channel through which the source is sharing its wisdom, sharing its blessing, sharing its grace. So the implications of it are very, very powerful. And since you are watching this video right now, I can guarantee you that you are probably part of that 1%, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this. In another one of his teachings, he described this process and he illustrated this process very similar to when you are undergoing a home renovation. When you get an old home and you want to put new things into it, you cannot put the new things on top of the old. You need to do a gutting of the house. You need to take the old windows, you need to take the old carpet, you need to take the old cabinetry, take the old appliances, take the old plumbing, take the old electricity. When you take everything out and you gut the place, then you can begin to bring in and put the new things. In the same way, we cannot build a new world on top of a consciousness that is filled with fear, with doubt, with anxiety, and with despair. Now, we cannot force ourselves to experience a spiritual awakening, because the spiritual awakening experience comes as an act of grace. The only thing that we can do is to prepare ourselves, to make ourselves receptive to have such an experience. But the good news is this: in the age of darkness, which I'm going to call the age that we are moving out, which is this age that is dominated by fear and ignorance, in the age of darkness, so to speak, The experience of awakening was very rare. You see one master here, another master there. But we are entering a phase in our existence as humanity that the experience of awakening is going to be much more easier, and you're going to see a greater number of people experiencing it at the same time. That is what's going to give the birth to this new age, the birth to this new civilization that is to come. In other words, we don't have to wait until this civilization dies for a new one to take place. We can witness a transformation right here and right now. And let us keep in mind that we are a very important part of this transformative experience that we are going through as humanity. I would like to mention here that nothing happens by chance. Everything happens for a reason. And even though we may not understand the big picture, one thing I can tell you is that humanity was walking on a path of self-destruction. We were all on automatic pilot, and if you notice what were happening like in the last few years, there has been a lot of division, there has been a lot of hatred, there has been a lot of disrespect for the planet itself. So we were heading a destructive path. And so the universe, knowing better, say, no, I'm going to make you take a turn right here, because the optimal path for you is not that way. The optimal path for you is that way. So we as humanity are being forced to make this turn. But if you hang on, if you wait and see, when everything is said and done, you're going to understand that this has been a very important purification phase in our lives. So the question is, what can we do? What can we personally do to make ourselves receptive to this grace, to make ourselves open and receptive to experience a spiritual awakening in the near future? And I'm going to use an illustration here that will help you envision what is it that you must do. Let's say that we are in this boat in the midst of a storm. What is the best thing to do? The best thing to do is to find a safe harbor and to anchor our boat in it and weather the storm. In other words, the important thing that we need to do is to find a safe harbor within ourselves, a place of stillness, a place of peace, a place of trust, a place of confidence, and begin to spend more and more time in this state every single day. So therefore, your number one priority when you wake up in the morning is, can I be at peace this day? Can I take my mind off of my problems? Can I take my mind off of my difficulties? Can I come within? Can I rest? Can I trust? Can I build my spiritual muscles? That's your number one priority. Is to make yourself receptive, is to make yourself open and having a positive expectation that now it's the time that we have been waiting for, and you are the one that you have been waiting for. Now is the time for us to experience a collective awakening and have this positive impact that is so needed in our days, right here and right now. Another thing that we can do is to be mindful of those who are in the front lines that are suffering right now. We can together hold them in prayer. We can together hold them in light. We can together offer them a hand out of their difficulty. We can together be the light, be the peace that they are looking for. Let us be this luminous presence in the world right now. This is a great opportunity, not to be in fear, not to be in despair, but to be hopeful, to be having this expectancy that something great is about to happen. So I'm going to encourage you, let's close this meeting here today in a prayer. So I encourage you, let's just close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. And let us remember that right here and right now that you are safe. Right here and right now, closer to your own breathing, is the presence of your Creator, ready to bless you, ready to take you by the hand, ready to show you this way, ready to go before you and open up a way even when there seems to be no way. You are not alone. There is a reason why everything is taking place as it is right now. And the best thing that you can do is to trust, is to surrender, and it is to believe that the best of you will come out of this experience and you will fulfill your mission, your purpose, and your fulfillment in life. Thank you very much, and so it is. Thank you very much for watching this video here. If you know someone that can benefit from it, please feel free to share it with them. If you like it, just click the like button below and subscribe to the channel. Having said that, I really appreciate you watching this. A big hug to you. And from my heart to your heart, I see you in love and light. Thank you. Namaste.